All right, so I was asked this question. So I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible. However, I want to give detailed information of goods, bads, and what I would do different. So bear with me. Um, yeah, this is what I got. So this is the Redneck Golf Garage Simulator. Currently, I have a Go Sports hitting mat or hitting net, and it does have the white screen, obviously, so the projector can hit it. It works great. I have no complaints. I think the only thing I would do different in this situation, I bought this for $250 on Amazon. I think for about $300, you could probably do a really nice DIY one, and then you could pick the screen size. So the fact that this is basically a 8 foot by 8 foot square, it kind of makes the projector a little bit weird. It's better to have a rectangle versus a square. So this winter, I do plan on changing that out. And I think when I do that, it will be a little bit nicer for sure. But nevertheless, no issues. I would 100% recommend anyone buying it. I've had people in this garage that get up to 195 ball speed. I mean, people that are cooking, and it has handled it like a champ. I just personally don't like that the net starts to hang down and stuff like that. So if that don't bother you, absolutely tear it up. Okay, the second part of the homemade golf garage is the projector. It is sitting right up here above. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember the brand, but it's very cheap. It was like 80, 90 bucks on Amazon. I think any of them will work. You don't need it to project 4K. That's probably the biggest thing. If you're in your garage, it don't matter if it's 4K, it don't matter if it's 1080p, it doesn't matter if it's 720. As long as you can see a fairway, that's all you're going for. So I wouldn't spend too much money to get started. Pick you up a nice cheap one and just run it. And when it goes bad, then maybe at that point, then get you a nicer one when you're not trying to get everything all at once. So I definitely think that's something that you can go a little cheaper on, and it's not a problem. Okay, arguably one of the most important is the launch monitor. So this is the Garmin R10. I bought this on Amazon as well. I believe it was $4.99 when I bought it. I am seeing these on Facebook Marketplace all day long for like $2.99. So I feel like you could probably buy one online. And as long as they can open the app and prove that it works, I don't think it would really be that big of a deal. So that could save you a little bit of money. All it does is you just set it right in line with the ball and then the center of the screen and turn it on, and it's good to go. Couple things with it. Seems like to me inside, something about being in here, I don't know if it's unfinished walls or concrete or whatever, but I cannot get it to read very accurate here. If I take it out onto the driving range, I'm typically carrying my drives around 290, 295, but in the garage, I'm carrying like 255 on good shots, 240 sometimes. So there's something to do with swing speeds. All my irons play just a little bit shorter in the garage than they do out on the course. I don't know if it's something that I'm personally doing. I've tried doing a bunch of different stuff, but if budget is the big deal, I would get one again. It is not a bad launch monitor, but for my personal setup, I am trying to upgrade it this year. Another feature that I'm not super wild about is it has no putting options. So you'll see in all my videos, there's rings on the green, and you have a 3-putt zone, a 2-putt zone, and a 1-putt zone. That's fine. I don't really care because putting on simulator, from what I'm told, is very different than putting on a golf course. I've only done it a couple times, so I'm not really sure pros and cons on that. But yeah, Garmin R10, $400, $499. Great budget monitor, really easy to use. You can take it and run it from your phone out on the course. You can hook it to a computer, and you can do all kinds of stuff. So I don't mind it at all. I would buy it again to build a very similar setup or something along those lines. If you can go a little bit more expensive, I would try and find something like a Flight Scope or a SkyTrack or. All right, so my last big ticket item that powers kind of my whole thing is I do have a gaming PC. It's a laptop. It's not super nice. It's just kind of your average run of the mill. On it, I am running GS Pro. That is the simulator software. It's really good. I'm not gonna lie. You pay quite a bit. It's, I think, $250 a year, but it's got like 1,700 courses. The only downside to GS Pro is all the courses are made by everyday regular people. I'm sure there's a few people that do it for a living, but if you're looking in the golf simulation world, GS Pro is well known. They're very good. I recommend getting it. It's way better than the factory stuff that comes with, like, say, the Garmin R10. So that would be a big one. That's everything you see is on GS Pro. So if you want the good graphics and you want realistic and everything like that, you'll want to go GS Pro. Outside of that, like I say, laptop's pretty plain Jane. I'm not pushing it. I'm not trying to run 4K. I'm totally fine with 1080p because I'm out here in my garage hitting golf balls in the winter. When there's snow outside, I'm still golfing. That's all I care about. Yeah, outside of that, that takes care of the laptop. I would say the final thing that you need is a hitting mat. So the mat that I'm currently standing on, I actually lucked out, and one of the local courses were getting all new mats, and they were throwing these ones away. So I got one of these. I hate it. It's a terrible mat, but it was free, so I don't really care. This mat is incredibly hard, which is terrible for hitting irons. If I play too much on this and I'm not thinking about it, I'll go out and I'll start thinning every shot on the course. So you really got to kind of pay attention. Make sure you're not changing your swing because of the mat. And you want to kind of be careful, because if you go ball first contact like you're supposed to, and you hit the mat pretty hard after the ball's gone, you can definitely mess up your wrists, and it does not feel very good. I also have this piece of AstroTurf right here, artificial grass, whatever you want to call it. That stuff is 1.5 inches. So what I like to do with that is I'll set it up on here and I'll push the ball down with my foot. That way I can get some different lies. Some of them are buried, some of them are sitting on top. And that just kind of gets me playing a little bit better, especially like out of the rough, out on the golf course. Realistically, that's pretty much it. I don't think I've really missed anything. I think currently I've spent right around $1,700 on my simulator. However, I did buy, when I bought my Garmin, I bought the software for it, which I have since stopped paying for that software. It was like $150. I still have the GS Pro. Like I said, that's the one I like to use. There's definitely going to be some stuff coming, hopefully in the next, I would say 6 to 8 weeks. I'm hoping that I can start changing some stuff up. Like I said, I want to do a DIY backdrop. I want to change the hitting screen size so that way it fits the projector a little bit better. I think that'll clear up the picture a little bit better as well. And then I am in the market for a different launch monitor. I will keep this one, take it out onto the course, because like I say, I do think it gives realistic numbers, especially out on the course. However, in the garage, it seems like it's kind of all over the place, and you can't putt with it. I think it would be funner if you could still putt. That way you're at least rolling the ball. Outside of that, if you've got any specific questions about anything that I didn't answer, let me know, leave a comment. Yeah, that's what I got for you. So that is the Redneck Garage Golf Simulator. Thanks for the question.